Hey, 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 y'all, hey, y'all, hey, y'all, hey, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that song. Anyway, let me unplug this first. Let me get on I have my notes on my iPad here, which you guys know, when you hit Fashionista, you do get an iPad currently with Paparazzi accessories, but I'm going to pull you guys up so I can see your comments. But what is good? I have lipstick. Sorry, guys, but I always tell my team, it's a win. Hey, that's what I tell them because we're winners, right? Our name is Team Winners. And so that's how I address my team. And so we're family now. We're family now. Okay. So do you see me? I see you. What's up, girl? What's up, fam? What's up, fam? Let me bring it up on my phone too. I have to remember the group name. Hold on a second. But how are you guys? I know I'm a little bit early. Hey, Stevie. So I have a customer named Stevie, and I call her Lady Stevie. So I think she's the first lady. So I call her Lady Stevie. So every time I say your name, I want to say Lady Stevie. But I do, as I'm looking for your team so that I can, pull it up here, I do want to say, you have pink colors like me too. Let me turn down the volume. I do want to say thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much because, that is some trust right there. We are family. Hey. But anyway, that is some trust right there because I will say I don't even just bring everyone, on my team to train and whatnot because you just never, I like people to come on that are not just talking about what they're going to do, but being about what they do and talking about what they do. So I definitely appreciate you for having me on here. That says a whole lot. I appreciate that. Thank you for even asking me. Okay. Cause so, I think I have something in my teeth. 1 second, guys. Never do that on a live though. Never, ever, ever, ever do that on a live jewelry show. I'm not selling any jewelry, so it's cool. Let me move it down just a little bit. Okay, there we go. So on this video, we are going to be talking about, Instagram, how to make money on Instagram, and not just how to make money on Instagram, but how to make money every day. Okay. Yes. And happy, nope. I see your comments. Hello. Someone said they Stevie says she adores me. Hey, nope. Comments are not hiding. And if you are ever on a live and your comments are hiding, what I do is I swipe them away. I swipe them back and then they come back peekabooing right on out. All right. So that's one way to do that. I know sometimes Facebook trips out, but anyway, so we're going to talk about Instagram. I know I'm a little bit early. We have 1 more minute. So, I definitely want to, allow time to answer any questions that you guys may have. And hey, from Guam, you tagged somebody. My bad. Sorry. Cause I'm like, ooh, Guam. But anyway, hey girl. Hey, Lori. So I'm just kind of saying hello to everyone right now because I do know that I said 4. It is now 4. I want to give you guys a couple of minutes to get on in here. But I do like to be punctual. I believe that whenever you tell your customers and team or whoever, whenever you give your word, do your best to keep your word, right? It'll take you a long way. So we are going to get started. I have a few notes, so I will be looking over on my iPad. But first, I want to give you a little bit of background about me before I get started in the training. And don't be surprised if you end up seeing this on my YouTube channel, because I do have a Ckey Jewels YouTube channel, and I will be sharing it if that's all good. But before I get into making money on Instagram, I'm gonna give you a little background on me, like I said. So I started Paparazzi in April of 2017. But are you ready for this? When I started, in my mind, I wanted to only use the replicated, AKA corporate website to make money. Okay. And so my sponsor is Mariana Garnett. And so I literally told her, why don't you, don't laugh at me. Okay. But I thought I was doing something. I thought I was bringing a new system to life. I was like, why don't you go on my Instagram and why don't you do the lives and you show your jewelry, you make the money, and then you tell them to join my team. If I could slap myself back then, I thought people always want to come in this business and have these grand ideas on how they cannot work the blueprint that's already set out. Come on. There's a blueprint for a reason. Yes, you can incorporate other things, but you never want to veer away from the basics, because we've all done the basics, and the basics are what work. The basics are the foundation, right? So anyway, that's just a funny little story. When I got in this business, I did not desire to have a team. I didn't even know what in the world a team was. Now, I'm fashionista with Paparazzi accessories, pushing towards A-lister. And I have a team of 855 winners. Personally sponsored, I have 125. So, you know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, first off, 5 months, I sat on the business. I didn't even, like, my kit box was literally dusty. And I would buy a little bit of jewelry. I bought enough just to be active. So I bought 25 pieces a month, barely. You hear that? Like, barely. I did it on purpose. Like, barely. And so, Stevie, I'll tell you about that, girl. I gotta renew my passport, and they said I gotta do it by mail. So anyway, another story. I'll message you about that. But anyway, so yeah, so it was just getting dusty, and I was getting the bare minimum. So then I got to a point to where I was like, you know, I keep promoting the business and I keep sending people to the corporate site, but what's happening is people are messaging me like, hey, are you a consultant? Is this your brand? Like, what's going on? Like, what is this site? I don't know how to shop. I always had to say, shop new releases, shop blockbusters, shop new, because they don't know this site. You understand what I'm saying? The site it's really not user friendly. So it wasn't working out for me the way that I wanted to work it out. So I hit my sponsor up like, okay, so this is not working like I envisioned it. So what can we do to make this money? She was like, you're going to need to go live. You're going to need to get inventory. You're going to need to ship it out. Get your own inventory, because by the time the site sells out a product, you should have the product that they sold out of so that you can keep your customers coming back. So I'm like, aha. And then the most important thing she told me was, first of all, inventory makes money. So never say that you don't have any money, because if you have inventory, you have money. Okay. Like, just know that. All right. And the next thing she said was, stay connected to the team pages. Always, you know, learn about the business and always get information. Okay. I'm giving you a little foundation here, and then we're going to hop right in. So I stayed plugged into the team pages, and I created a Facebook account so that I could stay plugged in, because I already had a business going on other platforms. And I was like, I do not need another Facebook. I do not need another Instagram, right? I didn't need it. But what I decided to do was start on Instagram. Now we're getting on in there, okay? Been in the business since April of 2017. I'm a fashionista. Life of the party diamond, going for black diamond, because I hit diamond already, and we're on our way. So we're heading for black diamond. We're heading for A-lister. We always come like 93% to A-lister, and then we boo. So anyway, we're pushing for that, hopefully before the end of next month, you know? But anyway, so that's the background. So now into the Instagram. This is a little bit of background on that too. When I started this business, I was heavy on Instagram, okay? Yeah, inventory, more inventory, more money. No inventory, no money. Just saying. So hashtag that's a tweetable. So when I started like this business, I was heavy on Instagram on my other platforms, right? So I was working Instagram. Facebook, I didn't really fool with Facebook like that. I had a personal Facebook, and I had Facebook business pages for other businesses, but that was back at the time where you could post on Twitter, and Twitter will go directly to Facebook, and that's how I built up Facebook. So I wasn't really an avid Facebook user. The only reason, the account that I'm talking to you on right now, the only reason I created Facebook is to be attached to all the team pages. That's really it. So let's back up. So I started the Ckey Jewels Instagram, right? With the 0, right? From beginning. And so what I started doing to build it up was I started posting pictures of the stock photos of new releases, right? And I used the mess out of hashtags, because hashtags are really, really popular on Instagram. You can do some, on Facebook too, and you can search hashtags and find people that way. But hashtags really, really started on Instagram. So I would do a bunch of hashtags. I would do a bunch of posts throughout the day. Like I would put, when I got serious about the business, I would take my own pictures of sets, the best I could. Like I would get a cloth. I would put it like, this was pre-pegboard, okay? Because I didn't even have a pegboard in the beginning. But when I did get a pegboard, I would just take pictures the best way I could with my camera phone that I had. I would take those pictures. I would post those in the morning time after new releases dropped. Right when new releases dropped. Because back then, New releases used to drop anywhere between, and I'm in California, so, PST, Pacific Standard Time. So new releases would drop anywhere from 12 to 5 o'clock. So we had all that time where we had to just watch. Like if you driving, you skirt and you pull over and you get them new releases. And then I would post on Instagram and I would tell my customers, go to my website. And then I would promote the Paparazzi corporate website, right? And so I would post that midday, and then I would close off the end of the day with another picture, whether it be a stock photo, whether it be a picture of me putting my stuff together, right? So that is how I built up my Instagram. So now let's fast forward a little bit to going live. People used to deem me like the queen of Instagram lives. To be honest, y'all, when I started going live, I had no idea that, fast forward 3.5 years later, I would have 4,450, I think, on Instagram, 4,450 people. I didn't even, I just started it because I knew that that's what you do in business and I needed some type of platform and I was not doing Facebook, right? So then when I talked to my sponsor and I was like, okay, so how do I work this business where I can make money? Because I was making money from the website, but I'm not about to make, I was making like $160, $200 a month on the website. And I'm like, but y'all over there making thousands. How can I be down? In my Brandy voice, I want to be down, right? Like I want to be down. How can I kick it? Like, how can I get in? She's like, you're going to have to buy inventory. You're going to have to buy more than 25 pieces a month. And you're going to have to go live. And I'm like, dude, I was already used to going live in my other business, but going live selling jewelry, especially $5 jewelry, I ain't gonna even lie. I had a little pride, like $5, like who, like what that, like what I look like $5. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest, because that's the only way. I only know how to keep it real and keep it 100. I don't sugarcoat. Okay, so I'm like, I had a little pride. I had to let it go. I really had to let it go. You learn a lot when you start a business. You got to check yourself in a whole lot of areas, okay? And you got to grow. So anyway, like you become like you really get to know adulting. Like you really get to some adulting, okay? So anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, let's go live. So she's like, you know what? I'll drive down, I'll come to your house and we'll go live. And so she brought inventory because remember, I was only buying the bare minimum, right? So obviously I didn't have all the popping pieces. I had the leftovers, right? Because I'm buying, not even every day and not even every week, to be honest. And so when so she came down, she brought some jewelry, she brought supplies too, because mind you, I didn't know about the packaging. I didn't know I got to take it to the post office to ship. Like I didn't know none of that because I've never had a business where I actually ship products. Okay. And so I've had other businesses, but the worst thing you can do is come into a business and think that you know everything because you had a couple businesses, you got a few businesses under your belt. I'm gonna need you and tell people that join you, they gotta let that go. Because if you knew about this business, you would already be in it and you would already be working it. So don't come in here on a high horse thinking that you know how the system goes, right? Listen to the people that are already working it and go from there. So, hey, everyone coming on. I'm not trying to be rude. I will just go veer way off. So I'm going to stay with it, but I will allow for questions in a little bit. Okay. So now, see, I'm trying to read. I'm gonna go back to it. So if you guys have comments, just do it a little bit later. I want to get to the nuggets that I have, and I don't want to be on here 50 hours because I could totally do it. So anyway, so she came over, we went live on my Instagram page. Now I didn't have this big business plan that, I'm going to go live on Instagram and we're going to grow 4,000 followers and we're going to do this and we're going to do, like, I didn't do that. All I knew was that the corporate site wasn't working and I needed to do something to make some money because I got in this business to make money and I'm taking it seriously now. So let's go. So she came over with the supplies. She came over with her inventory. A lot of people focus on how many people are viewing their lives. That is not the main focus. It doesn't matter. You could have 10 people on the live and I mean, they could, like, each one could spend $100. Cha-ching. Okay. So it's not about the quantity. It's really about the quality. So I said all that to say that I had 7 people on that live that night. I went live for 45 minutes because Instagram only allows you to go live for 1 hour at a time and it will cut you off, that joker. Okay. So I went live for 45 minutes and I made $95. I'm like, where they do that at? Like, I know that's not like politically correct, but where? $95? Dude, that's lawyer money. I've seen, cause my background is accounting. and all kinds of other stuff. But so I've seen lawyers literally make $100 an hour, $150 an hour, right? Back in the day. And so I just sit here and made lawyer money. Are you kidding me? Let's do more. Let's do more. So we went 45 minutes. We made $95. Okay. And so it was really her inventory. So I'm like, okay, so thank you so much for helping me. Okay, now I get it. I got to buy inventory, She said, no. That's your money. All the inventory that you sold, you ship it off. Now I'm gonna give you some supplies to ship it, but shipping it, that's your business. You got to handle that. Take that money that you made from that and then invest. I said, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be all in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go hard or go home. So I took that money, and right away she told me, the bubble wrap and all that kind of stuff that she used. So I went right to Instagram, made that money. She showed me how to invoice via Square. So we did that. Now, I had a decision to make, right? My thing is, I don't like to commit to something and then fall off. I like to commit and then, and until I see the results, until I see the return on my investment. And that's not just the return on investment of money, but that's the return on investment of my time. Like, I'm putting in time. I have kids. I have 2 kids. I have a husband. I was working after when I actually started going live. I was looking for a job because I was laid off before I started this business. So then I began to get like a part-time job. So I had that. I was active in my church. It was a lot of stuff going on. So if I'm going to spend my time doing something, it's going to have to be worth it. It has no choice but to grow. It has no choice but to make me some money. Okay. So then I said, you know what? Now, a lot of people also say, well, I need to find out when my customers want to see me. Well, I need to find out what days are good for them. Baby, you do what you can do and you start from there. My thing was, I go live on Friday nights. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to go live on Friday nights on Instagram. So this is the other thing I wrote in my notes too. First and foremost, don't depend on one platform to make you, we're going to move this over here and I'm going to look at my phone for comments later. Okay. But don't depend on one platform to make you money. Use everything, not everything. Use everything. Okay. Instagram is just one layer to that cake. Okay. It's one layer to that cake. You can do Shopify. If you don't want to go, you're starting off paying Shopify at $29 a month, you could do a Square store. However, I recommend it's an investment anyway. Go on and do Shopify. If you can't make $29.99 a month to pay for the Shopify, you're not working your business anyway. I'm sorry. If you're not making $30 a month to pay for Shopify, you're not working your business. You're not. And I just got to be real. And this is what I tell people. The truth hurts sometimes, but guess what? It'll get you right. So if it hurts you a little bit, hurt your feelings, you get a little offended. Okay, now brush that off. Now take that and do something about it. Okay? Because if I sit here and tell you a lie or sugarcoat and try to make things sound good, that's not going to help you. The truth is what's going to help you. And I'm not saying this is you guys, but wherever this gets shared, because I'm putting it on YouTube too, you got to know that. So anyway, I would recommend not straight starting off from Square, because I did Square, and Shopify is way better attached to where you could do ads and you could do email blasts and you could do all this stuff. Square is kind of catching up now, but they were cropping my pictures, and you can't crop the logo off the picture and all that good stuff. So it's just better to go straight to Shopify, because when I did it, I took time out of my whole life trying to migrate stuff over there. Or migrate. So anyway, use your Facebook, use Instagram, and any other platform that you have a presence on, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Twitter, whatever. Like TikTok and Twitter, I don't hang in them streets a lot for my jewelry business, but whatever works for you, use it. Don't depend on one thing. Okay. And lives, if I didn't say that. All right. So one thing I do want to tell people too is when you start off, and I know it's very, very hard to not focus on growing, to not focus on making the money, that you put in the business, but you have to understand, be patient. You have to have patience. Just know that there are people, and I tell my team all the time when I do my meetings and my one-on-ones with them, that there are people that start franchises and start other businesses, like brick and mortar businesses, and they put in $250,000, $500,000, a few million, and it takes them a minimum of 5 years to even break even. And what break even means is to even earn the money back that you put in. Okay, so it takes them a while for them to even break even. So the fact that we can get in Paparazzi and in a few months we can make that money, like make back everything we put in and then some, we're really sitting on a gold mine. And so be patient. Just know that it's gonna grow. This jewelry is gonna sell. You just need to like allow yourself to be like the conduit for it to sell. You get what I'm saying? Like you just put it out there, make yourself available, right? And so be patient with the growth, right? Meaning be patient with the sales, meaning be patient with even your followers, okay? And so this is my other thing that my husband used to tell me. Like, I'm big on numbers, as I told you guys. You know, my occupation, my past occupation, or, you know, was an accountant, right? So my thing was, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? So if I put in 500 that month, like I was expecting to get like 500 back from my lives, or let's say 500 that week. I was expecting to get back 500 from my lives. One time I remember I made like 275 that week. And my husband was like, and you know, and I was all like, you know, what was me? Like, oh my gosh, like I made 275. I totally put in 500. I didn't make all my money. Like, I got to sell this jewelry. Like, it can't just sit here. Like, it's piling up. It's piling up. I need to get rid of it. And he's like, okay, pause. He's like, pause. Hold on. You made how much this week? And I'm like, $275. He's like, so who makes $275 an hour? You were on for an hour. Who makes that? Even if it was 2 hours, who makes that kind of money? You don't make that on your job. And on my job, I was making close to 6 figures already. So that was more money than my job. Okay. Hey, everyone just coming on. So that was more money than my job. So he had to really check me real quick and bring me back to reality. Don't be hard on yourself if you don't make as much as what you wanted to make initially for that week or for that month. Just know that excuse me. Ooh, girl, when you live, you can't hide stuff like that. But just keep building. That means, and let me tell you, and I know this is an Instagram training, but it's all intertwined. A lot of times people get comfortable with the customer base that they have and they don't try to build more. Don't do that. You are doing yourself a disservice, because here's the thing. I'm telling you, when you get to a certain point, some customers are like, yo, girl, like it's this time in the month and I done spent so much money with Ckey Jewels. Let me fall back a little bit, because I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do that. And you may see some customers fall off, and then they may come back, or they may buy from someone else, and you end up splitting your little money and all that. Like, don't depend on the current customers that you have now. Just like you should never depend on the current team that you have now. Always build, always grow, because I'm here to tell you, there's some people that's going to cancel. There's some people that's going to cancel on their own. They're going to cancel themselves. And there's some people that are going to cancel because they're not working their business. So what I'm saying is, you can't, like, say you have 50 people on your team. You can't just depend on that 50 people in your team to get you to Fashionista or wherever it is you're trying to go. You have to keep building and building. So it's the same way with your customers, okay? So now, be patient with growth and know that it'll happen, but you have to be consistent. And here is what I did too. Be consistent with posting lives, posting pictures, and doing reels. I haven't really got into the whole reel thing, but reels are new on Instagram, and I believe that they instituted those to compete with TikTok, okay? And so, but I do post pictures, right? So, I literally, because I was building my account, now I may not post every single day. Okay. I may not, and I may forget, like, oh shoot. Right. But, if you're new to building your Instagram, you definitely want to post every day and multiple times a day, because that will kind of get that algorithm popping. It'll have people seeing you more. Tell people to comment. I don't care if it's friends or family. Have them comment on your post so that it can just keep it moving and show them that, hey, people are interested, okay? And we're just talking about Instagram because Facebook is a whole nother animal, but even though they're owned by the same company, Facebook owns Instagram now. But anyway, post pictures, lives and reels. Now, you can do lives on Instagram, and I started there not because I was trying to do something super like inventive, okay? I just did it because that's the platform that I was on, and that's how I started going. But I keep it going every week because that's where I started, and people still want to see me there. And there's some people on Instagram that are like, I'm not coming to Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. I'm not coming to Facebook. Yep, you can link them. I'm going to talk about that too. But they're like, I don't have a Facebook. I'm not coming to Facebook. I'm here on IG. You have some people that are on Facebook that's like, I don't want an Instagram. I don't have an Instagram. I'm not getting one, right? Some people don't do them both at the same time. So you're reaching a different audience when you come on Instagram and then you are on Facebook. So it's good to have them both. That's why I say, like, never put your eggs in one basket, y'all. Millionaires have an average of 7 streams of income. Okay. That's a whole nother stream that you can get income from. Now, why would you not open yourself up to that? I'm just saying, like any platform that you can be on that can be used. It's free, dude. You don't have to pay to start an Instagram account. You don't have to pay to start a Facebook account. Now, so here we go. So, be consistent. Let me see. Oh, be consistent with your lives, your pictures, and reels. You could literally go live for 15 minutes. You could go live. You could do motivation. It is not necessarily about like doing a jewelry show, but it's more so about being, boosting engagement. So you can get on there and you can talk about, like, why not use it? You can get on there and you can talk about business. You can get on there and you can talk about life. You can get on there. You can talk about, do your opportunity calls, whatever. And now Instagram has it where you can save it as an IGTV. When I started doing Instagram, if you did a live, it only stayed there for 24 hours and it was gone. It like disappeared, kind of like Snapchat. So you can literally save it as an IGTV and people will come a week or two later, literally like, do you have this piece? Do you have that piece? So that's another platform for you. Now someone mentioned about linking your Instagram to your Facebook. You can totally link them together, but you have to have business accounts. And I'm going to talk about that too. So whatever business name you have on your Facebook business page, if you have one, be consistent with your Instagram business, y'all. Because if people say someone finds me on Facebook and they're like, oh, okay, Ckey Jewels, right? They find me on Facebook and they want to find me on Twitter and Instagram and all these different places. If I'm Ckey 69, Ckey 75687, Ckey loves the world, Ckey is popping on Instagram, how are they going to find me? It's not even consistent. When you go looking for Target, you're not looking for Target _ is Bay. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just made that up. You like that? But you're looking for Target. You're looking for Target across all platforms. You're like, oh, well, they're Target, so let me just look for Target. You're looking for Target. So if you have a business page on Facebook that's named Hot and Juicy Jewelry, I'm just saying, Hot and Juicy Jewelry. Okay, be Hot and Juicy Jewelry on Instagram, okay? Be hot and juicy everywhere you go. Oh, I tickle me. So anyway, so be hot and juicy everywhere you go, okay? And so make sure it's consistent and then post multiple times daily to promote. You can use stock photos from Facebook, but always use make sure that you're putting a picture with that logo. Trust and believe. I've done that before where I cropped it out because it wasn't going to fit Instagram. Yeah, compliance was like... Didn't we say don't do that? So just make sure that you are compliant in everything that you do. So make sure that the stock photos have the little crown at the bottom, okay? You can use customer photos. Now, I'm gonna, if hot and juicy like chicken, baby. Hey. So if you guys have never heard of the Paparazzi selfie group, it's a selfie group on Facebook, right? And it's a group called Papa Selfie, I think. Anyway, I'm in it and I post like crazy. I tell them like, if when y'all are tired of me, y'all let me know because I'm sharing is caring, right? So anyway, we post all our pictures in there with the intent of helping one another make sales, right? So if someone rocked the mess out of this piece that you cannot move, you could take that picture without altering it because part of the rules are you can't alter it. Search them on Facebook too, Papa Selfie Group. And so you cannot alter it and then post it. And literally sometimes when you have to be a product of the product too. So when people see you wearing the items, they're like, oh, well, I didn't know it looked like that because the stock photo did not look like that, baby. So when you wear it or you post people wearing it, like your customers or other, Papa sisters with their consent, that will also, you can post that on your page as well. Okay. So, stock photos, customer photos, personal photos, plus, I mean, come on, it's banging jewelry. Who doesn't want to get all spruced up and all cute and rock their jewels? You know what I mean? Like, and then be like, come on, get your selfie game up and popping. What is a reel? What's the difference between that and a live or IGTV? And I'm not supposed to be doing questions yet, but a reel is like a TikTok for Instagram. That's what Instagram calls TikTok. So meaning that you can make like a short little movie clip and have music in the background and have all the other stuff on Instagram only. So it's kind of like Instagram's version of TikTok, right? So a story is different. You can put stuff in your story too, and you can link them. So it'll go in your Instagram story and it'll go in your in your Facebook story. But here's the thing. It's not similar to stories. Stories is different. Stories is where you literally post a story in a separate space. A reel, you actually post in your feed, and it's kind of like a TikTok, right? But you could post a reel in your story too. But usually people post them on in their feed. Now IGTV is basically they can, it's like Instagram TV, right? So it used to be where you could only do an IGTV video for 10 minutes, but now it allows me to save my whole 45-minute live on Instagram as an IGTV, which means that when like I can make a post of it and it'll give them like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that of the video, and then it tells them if they want to watch the rest of the video, go to it. Like I could give you an example. For those of my Instagrammers that don't know what's up. So basically when you go to my page, that is Ckey Jewels page, right? So where's my IGTV? Girl, because I have one every week. So this is my live video I did on Instagram, right? So look at that red popping. So when I click on it, this is my video, right? Hold on, because I got to see. So it's only going to let it play for so long. But when you click on the TV thing icon, it opens the video all the way up. And my video is 46 minutes. So it allows you to do allows you to watch the whole video, but also post it in your feed. And let me open Facebook back up now. So that's how that works. I use the mess out of IGTV, and I use the mess out of stories too. And I use stories. Stories I don't really use to sell jewelry, although I made like this ring. I did like a little boomerang and showed my ring. And so people will like, it'll get engagement. But I kind of use that just to kind of, because sometimes people look at stories and they don't look at your feed. Sometimes the story will pop up first. And so whenever people join my team, I use my stories to show that. Now, it's great to link them to your Facebook, but here's the thing. They both have to be business accounts. Now, I'm going to tell you why you need to turn your Instagram into business. At first, I did not like turning my Instagram into business because it kind of sucked, because I felt like now that when I was personal, I felt like it shared it with more people, like it allowed more people to see my posts. And then when I turn business, it's a business. It's like, okay, pay for those ads, honey. Like we're not about to just show you love like that. So I felt like they got a little shady, but there's other underlying things that are great about having a business profile on Instagram, because you get to see your insights, you get to connect it to your business page. So now I can post on Instagram and it goes straight to my Facebook, and I can post simultaneously and I don't have to worry about anything. Now you can also link it if you have a Shopify. You can also link it to your Instagram. And where people can just click on it and go shop. Now mine got disconnected somehow because I created another business account on something and I changed the admin somehow and somehow it detached it. So mine's not working properly, but you can do that. The only thing, I have a video on my YouTube that talks about how to get approved for Instagram shopping. It's the basics, but Facebook has changed some things and Instagram has changed some things. So just know that when you watch that. But part of the things you need to know to get approved is make sure that you have a logo on your profile as a profile picture. If it's not a logo and it's just a selfie, they're going to be like, this is not a business page. So no, we're not doing it. And you want to make sure you have have presence there. If you just started Instagram out today, in 2 days, you're like, hey, I want to do Instagram shopping. They're going to be like, no, you don't have enough presence. So if you're going to start off fresh, give yourself a couple weeks, maybe even a month, build up your content, and then link it. And then people will be able to go to your picture, tap that picture of what you're wearing, and it'll show up and they can shop right from Instagram. I know y'all shop like that on Instagram if you're on Instagram, because I've done it. So that's a good thing to do, but you cannot do that if you're not a business. You have a personal one. You have to create a business one. If you guys are not operating on a business page, whether it be Facebook or whether it be Instagram, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you can literally post ads. Like I can run an ad for like $5 and shoot this. Do you ever see when you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook and you see these sponsored posts that you don't even follow these people? Why the heck am I seeing these posts? they paid for an ad, and I do it too here and there. And so you can't do that on a personal platform. The personal, they look at, you're just there for fun, right? But when you're a business, they give you all the tools that businesses have, okay? So, and then here's another way to always make money via your Instagram. If you do not have it linked, like mine's not linked right now because it's so hard to get in touch with Facebook. Like you gotta, give them an arm or something just to, like, you can't even talk to them on the phone. You gotta message them. So always talk about your website and your posts. People always ask me, how do I bring people to my website? Now, first and foremost, you got to have one. Okay. And I'm not talking about paparazzi. Get you a Shopify. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't have one. So I talk about every single post I put. And please, when you post pictures, have more of what you're posting. Okay. Unless I'm going to an event or something like that, and I just want to wear something because it matches my outfit, I almost always pick jewelry to wear based on what I have in my inventory, even on what I want to move. Like I would have never posted a picture of this today if I didn't have a whole bunch of them, unless I let them know, I don't have any more, or I don't put the link or whatever. But like 9 times out of 10, I'm posting what I have. Okay. So post what you have, always promote your website and all that. I don't know about Square if they will link, because I left Square and they never looked back. I left them like a year and a half ago, and Shopify has been so good to my life. But I think they were trying to come up with that, but Square is really finicky. So I don't know. You have to ask them about that. So always talk about your website in your post, okay? If all you have is your paparazzi website, always talk about it, because you're getting you're kind of imprinting it. It is a subliminal message, right? So I always say CKeyJewels.com. So people, when they see that, like, oh, CKeyJewels.com. Oh, her website. Oh, she has a website, right? Like they automatically know that I got the goods on the website, and they will go shop. And people shop all wee hours of the night and stuff, okay? So make sure you're always promoting yourself. You love these tips. You work with Shopify at work, so I have a little experience with it. It's really easy to use. I freaking love it. Or WordPress. You love your WordPress. Whatever website you have, just have a website. Have something that turns into cash. Okay, with a shh. Have something where you can make money. Some people may use Wix or whatever it is. I just like Shopify because it's only $29 a month. I don't have to pay for all this hosting and all that kind of stuff. It has all these tools. You can add apps. It's just very, very e-commerce friendly. So I like it. Now, I said you can link your IG to Facebook where you can post simultaneously, but they have to both be business accounts. I already talked about that. Hey. And you can now save your IG lives as IGTV so people can shop the replay. And like I said earlier, when I started, you can only do it for 24 hours. So, sorry, y'all. So I got all that out there. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time where I will answer questions. But also, I'm just going to use this time to I keep touching my stand. I'm going to use this time to take your questions, but to also say, when you go live, whether it's Instagram and Facebook, whatever, please make sure your lighting is proper. Can you imagine, now you can see me very clear. I'm using a softbox light. If you can't get a softbox light right now, thank you. So are you, girl. If you can't get a softbox light right now, or you can't get a ring light, what I encourage you to do is go to Target, Walmart, Home Depot, wherever, and get daylight light bulbs. Okay, they are white light bulbs, and they replicate natural light. All right, if you get the regular standard light bulbs, they have a yellow hue to them, and you're not gonna make sense of the colors of the jewelry. Like you see the yellow or the green, the olive, you see the brown, like you're able to make out what all these colors are. If you do not do that, everything, how can people will buy something from you, and then they end up getting it in the mail, and they're like, yo, I thought this was blue on your live, and this is totally purple. What's going on here? All right, so let's see what you're talking about. With Shopify, how many people do you use to manage your website? I don't know what you mean about how many people. Maybe elaborate on that, because I'm not sure what you mean, and then I'll answer it. And then is there an amount of time you should put between posts on IG and Facebook? On IG, like Facebook, I believe that the algorithms are the same. So there's a place, I did this before, but they oftentimes change. You can actually Google the best, like the peak hours to post on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I believe they're all different. So you can do a simple Google, like I say, everything's Googleable. You can do a simple Google search and see what are the best times to post on Instagram, especially it's probably changed with the quarantine, and then post accordingly. But I definitely know that in the morning, people are waking up like, okay, what's on here? So they're looking in the morning, and I know when people kind of go lunch break, that this is my observation. And then when people are on lunch break, they're looking, and then some people at work, right? And then, at nighttime when they falling asleep, they got the phone falling in their face, and they're, oh, let me scroll, right? So they getting their scroll on at night. So at least if you're gonna do 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and dinner, right? But you can do a search too. Let me see what the other questions are. How do you expand your customers on Instagram so you don't have the same people you know? I don't want to depend on the same people to buy from me every week when I could be making more. I'm about 4 weeks in and doing great so far, but I see myself doing much more. Hashtags. Do share giveaways. Tell people if they share, but it's a little more tricky on Instagram, because when they share on Instagram, what they do is it goes in their messenger. Like, get out of my message with all these videos. That's me. Like, if people come sharing all these, like, mute. I don't need you to share all these videos to my inbox. Because, like, you could tell me about them and I can follow them. And if I want to see them, I'll go see. But don't be in my inbox. So that's a little tricky. But what I used to do, now I'm not as, after 3:45 is good for you. I'm not as adamant as I was about posting 3 times a day now, because I've kind of built my following. But what I used to do is this. And you guys, if you're on Instagram and you follow these, like all these companies, you see it. They do repost giveaways. So what you do is you create some type of graphic, whether you're going to use Canva, whether you use PicArt, whatever it is you use, create a graphic that says that if you repost this image, whatever you want to put for the giveaway. This way it causes, and then tell them one of the rules is you have to follow me on this platform. And then the other rule is you must repost. That's another way to get yourself. That's what I used to do a lot in the beginning. I did giveaways. I still do giveaways, but I just do them a little different. But I used to do that and say, you must repost this picture. So now they're reposting your picture because they want some jewelry, and they are now giving you access to their audience. So that's another way to boost your reach on Instagram. Let me see. Let me see what you're saying, girl. Wait a minute. Cash. Yes. Because of you, you got a Shopify website. Mahalo. What does mahalo mean? Tell me. And I'm so glad you did, girl. You did yourself a favor. Thank you so much. With Shopify, how many people do you use to? I didn't know about that question, Lady Stevie. So let me know. And then Ruby said, how do you expand? I just answered that. Booyaka. Boom, boom. We answered that. Okay. Oh, come on. You like that. That's that teacher in you, huh? Like I do that too. I'm like, number 1, number 2, I'm a teacher too. So I think that's one of my gifts. Not that I'm a professional teacher. Okay. Anyway, number 1, how can I increase my sales? All the stuff that I'm telling you in this video will help you increase your sales as well. You've created your own personal website. Good. Is it better to go live on your personal page? I do not do anything. I don't sell on my personal page. Number 1, I use comment sold now, and comment sold doesn't work with your personal page. But I stopped using my personal page a long time ago because of the benefits that the business page offers. Now, I have grown my Facebook. I've only had that Facebook for like 2 years, my business page, and now it has 6,100 follows and 4,000 or almost 4,000 likes. Just being consistent. Working it every week, going live there every week, sharing my posts. Instead of me going live on my personal page, what I do is when I am live on my business page, I share it to my personal profile, right? Because you're really not supposed to be using your personal profile solely for selling, okay? You got to have a mixture up in there. So that's how I did that. Number 2, I answered number 2. Number 3, how can I increase my following? I already answered that too. You're consistent with your lives and posting. You got to throw a little bit of patience in the mix too, because it does. Sometimes it happens overnight for people, but that ain't everyone's testimony, okay? You are welcome. Now, Stevie, you said something about how I do the Shopify platform and how many people. I want to know more what you meant by that. And let me know when time is up, because how long we been on here? 44 minutes. You let me know, Stevie, because I am not trying to wear out my welcome, okay? I would love to come back. Do I use Hostess parties to increase your amount of customers? I never do a Hostess party. Cause yeah, I don't. What I have done though is I have asked people, like, while I'm live, I say, does anyone want to be a hostess with the mostest? Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is like the definition of a true hostess party, but I'll just have them comment. Like, my hostess is a little different. I'll have them, like, they can comment a word, and whatever word they comment, the person before them will like get a giveaway. So I just have them just being active, and it also boosts your comments on your lives, which also helps the algorithm. So I don't know if that's the kind of hostess you're talking about. So I don't think so, but that's my way of using Hostess. keeping it popping and watching the comments and responding to people. Hashtags, hashtag, hashtag, the word hashtag. Okay. They work. Do you have them tag you? Well, the thing is, when you make your graphic on that repost, put your @ so they really don't have to tag you. There's another way I do a giveaway too. If you don't want to do the whole repost thing, you think it's intrusive, but who cares? You're giving away free jewelry. Either you want to do it or you don't, right? They don't have to. You're not holding a gun to their head talking about you got to do it. But the other way that I would do giveaways is I would say tag 3 of your friends that love jewelry in the comments, and then I'll enter you in a giveaway. That's another way where they don't have to do all the reposting and stuff like that. If you don't have a graphic, you can do that. And then they're tagging their friends over so their friends can actually see it, right? And so I'll do that too. I see a lot of companies do that, so I kind of bid it off of them. You know what I mean? Watch these bigger companies and see what they're doing. Mahalo means thank you. I'm from Hawaii. I freaking love that. Mahalo. I'm going to use that. Hola. Mahalo. Yes, thank you. Okay. Do I have an assistant for your site? I don't have an assistant, but me and my husband work this business together. So every day when I get, and I shop every day, no lie, but every day when I get new releases, he enters them in the website, and he kind of mans the website because he has like he's a certified web designer type thing. So he can work the website in ways that like is easy for him and not necessarily easy for me. And so I focus on being the out front, like, ambassador, if you will, for the company. And he does a lot of the behind the scenes. So we don't have an assistant, but we work together in this business. I've been consistent with my business page and still sitting at less than 500 help. You got to build, you got to promote, use ads, use boosts, use share it to your personal page. Be consistent with live, be consistent with posts, do engagement posts. I see people do it all the time. They put like some nasty food up there and be like, dinner's ready. Would you eat this? And they just get engagement. So you can do engagement posts as well. I don't do a lot of that because I'm kind of building it already. But engagement posts, my engagement posts are my selfies, to be honest. They're my selfies, and they produce engagement depending on what I'm wearing. Okay, I haven't gone live on my personal page, but I was just wondering if that was better. Got you. Do you recommend going ham and following people on your recommendations? The people Insta suggest. And so why would you go ham and follow recommendations? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Why would you follow recommendations that Insta suggests? I'm not sure why you would do that. You can stay all night. No, I'm not going to do that to you though. You'll be messaging me tonight. I'll probably go to your request though. I don't know what you mean. Messaging me tonight. Messaging me for what, girl? Messaging me for what? I have a lot of messages, but what you want to message me for? Loving this so much. I am too. You discovered me on YouTube literally right after creating your own website back in January. And the video that came up was me saying, get your own website. So it was like confirmation. Booyah. Your videos are such a big help. Thank you. So glad to be a help. OMG, you love my energy. I could give you some because I think I have too much from my family. I do. Okay, cool. Because yeah, otherwise I don't know how I would know they are reposting. Oh, yeah, tell them to tag you so they know. You're right about it. I haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, tell them to tag you so that you know. But if you don't follow them, I don't know. If their page is private, that's another thing. Let them know that their page cannot be private, because if their page is not private, then when they tag you, you're not going to see it. So yeah, definitely tell them to tag you. I was trying to figure out what you meant. Yep, that's a good point. And I used to do that. I totally forgot about that. My pleasure, Melissa. Glad I can help. You would love to have me come chat for your team. Okay, just message me. And then I gotta check my calendar because this month, believe it or not, I still have like 2 more trainings that people asked me to do. So I hope that I did you a huge service or justice, Stevie, because I know you asked me to talk about Instagram and I kind of went a little deeper, but let me know if that was okay. Okay. Let me see what else. We'll trade snow for energy. I don't need no snow. I'm in California. I don't need no snow, but I'll take a little bit of the coolness because today my phone got so hot sitting in my car by the window that it cut off during my training on my team page. So I'll take a little bit of the coolness, but I don't want the snow. You got it. You believe it. You've been amazing. Thank you so much. And any other questions, let me know. I got a couple more minutes. Let's see. You watched all my YouTube videos. You are awesome, girl. If I'm watching this, does that mean you're my upline? No, I don't think I'm your upline. I don't know, girl. I don't think, Stevie, I don't think in some kind of way. No, I don't think we're on the same team. We're sideline sisters. Stevie asked me to come on and I said, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Stevie. Thank you. Okay. I'm doing a fabulous job. Thank you so much. You watched me when you first started Paparazzi. Really? Wow. This is amazing. You hopped on late. Replay is always popping. By adopted, I'm guessing that you have a different upline now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my upline is Mariana and Tyronica. Oh, come on. I got a foot for you. I don't need no snow up over here. Let me see what else. If I tag on comments, will they be able to comment? Or do I have to accept them? As long as they are not private, you should be able to see them tagging you in a comment. Because it's a lot of people that tag me on stuff on all my platforms, and I can see that they tag me if it's not lost in my notifications. You don't have to follow one another, but they do have to be open. If they're private, it's like they're tagging you and you're like, what the heck? I can't even see you. Why are you tagging me? So, excuse me, them lives, and I just ate too. Okay. So, okay. No, you're not our upline. Okay. She just adopted me. There it is. I didn't think I was. Stevie is the best. For her to allow other people to come in and share the platform and make sure you get the information you need, that's a good leader, y'all. You had a lot. Okay. It was amazing. All right, cool. So I'm going to wrap it up right here because I don't want to wear my welcome, but I hope that I shared information that is beneficial to you guys. And just know I am on YouTube and I always share tips. I usually share information that I share with my team if it's not personal to my team, if it's not just a strict or a particular training that's for them, I always share it to YouTube because I'm always like, sharing is caring, right? And part of investment is investing in others. And when you give, it comes back to you. So it's not just about people being on my team. It's the whole point of just putting the good out there and helping other people do their business, right? Because I know that God will bless me for that. So anyway, love y'all. Have an amazing rest of the evening. And those of y'all with all that snow, stay warm. And if you're in Cali, just keep your phone from cutting off from the heat. Okay? Love y'all. Bye.